even if his shipment is inside his factory, he will call and he will ask about docket number and related things. It was irritating because we have 600 customers to handle. So just to handle this problem, I decided to change. I decided to do certain modification in my ERP software. Like that computer will not accept the print command unless and until the docket number is there. Once customer moves away from my gate, once material moves away from my gate, a customer and my team will receive auto-generated SMS and email. As soon as material reaches to customer's place, again my software, my crawlers from my software enters into courier's website and collect the name who have received that material, and again an auto-generated SMS shoots to customer. Payment terms of each and every customer were already there. So on the payment due date, auto-generated email shoots to customer. And after few days, I got call from the same person, same customer, saying, Shashi ji, where are you? Hamari to baat hi nahi ho rahi hai. And I realized it is working and I must work on this. And we decided that every function, every operation will do through smart software only. We approached many mid-size and large-size software companies. Most of them don't understand our requirement, and those who understand, they quoted not less than 3-4 crores. So one day while I was traveling in Spain, I was sitting in a restaurant and I saw a board there mentioning we cook our own bread. And that is the day I decided I will also cook my own bread, and I started building up my team, inside team. We started working on smart, whatever now we have, we started working on that. And we built one software in next 5-6 months. And we started using it. But it miserably failed. What we wanted and what we made, there was a huge gap. Then we had a brainstorming, many brainstorming meetings among our team. And we decided to build our own software, new software called Karma One. And in next, you can say 8-9 months, we made that software. We started using it again. Again, same thing. 3-4 months, we realized that this is not as smart as we are expecting. And parallelly, we started facing a big problem that many senior from my team were not able to digest that change. There are many things like we don't have operators in our company. We have WS, working supervisors. So our WS, he along with operating machine, he takes care of maintenance. He inspects his own work. There are many things, many responsibilities, and somehow these few middle management or some senior people, they are not able to digest this change, and they left. And we are taken, based on our previous experience of Karma 1, we have taken Karma 2 as our next project. And we started implementing artificial intelligence in Karma 2. But this time, I'm a little bit conscious. I said, okay, let us not fail once again. So I decided to visit smart factories in US and Europe. I traveled, I visited somewhat 16 countries and visited more than 30 factories in Europe and US. But conclusion is that all these companies, they are digitizing data and using it for only for OE and preventive maintenance. That is what I have seen throughout the world, you can say. But according to me, the true definition of smart factory is you need to have smart people first. They should be self-driven. And then you should go for smart software or smart technologies. Then only those technology will work. According to me, smart factories are built by changing mindset of organization and not by the tool or the fancy instrument or fancy machines. And we started implementing artificial intelligence for unbelievable things like change management initiatives. We run our entire change management initiatives through softwares by using AI. We are using or we are implementing lean manufacturing. We are implementing Kata. We are implementing world-class HR practices through this smart software. And here is the result. This is our dashboard of Karma 2. These are different modules. This one is PMS 360 degree. We have performance management 360 degree in our company, and everything is taken care by PMS. Entire efficiency management, his behavioral issues, if there are something, all the activities, and even our software decides how much increment should be given to each employee based on his performance. This is our PMS 360 degree. Next, appreciation culture. Sometime before only I was discussing with Mukund sir that we have a person, Mangesh is there. He is a CIO, Culture Inculcation Officer. You know, mostly we say culture. If there is culture, then only we can see the growth. If it is that important, why not to have a culture, a full-time culture inculcation officer in company? And this is how, and all our culture inculcation is done through this software. So this is about appreciation. We have appreciation culture. We have, I've taken this from, I learned this from TLC, you can say. We have well done card or Shabbas card kind of thing. So even if there is something, a small thing, a small, even anyone does any small thing or good thing, we appreciate him. So this is also driven through our smart factory initiatives. Daily small improvements. This is again from TLC. So every month our team is doing almost 600 DSI every month, and that is monitored by, that is even everything, that is record keeping, everything is done smartly. Everyone has his app, everyone is doing improvements, is posting. It is continuous process. Next, customer qualification. Within sales team, I realized that the freshers, or we can say even he spent 3-4 years in sales, they are not able to qualify the customer. So instead of waiting for they becoming experienced, we have done customer qualification smartly. We have used some AI. Based on that, he just feeds some information and he has his customer qualification in front of him. No need to have 10 years or 15 years experience salesman. Next. Auto planning, yeah. This is auto planning. Our entire production planning is automated. Even if entire planning of every process, every person is done by software. Even we have rejection in night at 2 o'clock, and if my WS press, it is rejected, it got rejected. So software will smartly manage the debt, seeing that whatever debt is committed for other tools, and that should not fire. Considering that software at 2 o'clock in night will arrange that, will replan it, and then the load for next person or what you can say, next planning or production planning is already done. CAD/CAM automation. Here, I will say, for making one model of somewhat boring bar or a tool, it takes somewhat 4 to 5 years, and we can do that within 10 to 15 years by doing automation in CAD and CAM, both the processes. Smart HR. See, we have app, HR app for everyone. On first date of month, they get their salary slip. They can see we are completely paperless factory, and there are many world-class HR initiatives we are running through this software. Face detection system. We have, while entering in premises, whether he is a employee or a visitor, we have face detection, smart face detection system at place. Yeah, this is what is outcome of Karma 2, and this is the impact. As I explained you sometime before, 5 to 6 hour modeling and CAM time came to 15 minutes. Okay. Yeah, machine downtime is reduced by 90% in most of the cases. Our average delivery time was somewhat 24 days. It has come down to 10 days. See, everything is online. We don't ask for PO. We don't send invoices. We have portal. We tell customer, please upload your PO. We upload our invoices. We upload our inspection reports. So we even don't use emails as well. We are just uploading, and whoever wanted it, he just download it from our website. Right. And last but not the least, I'm working on this, and very soon we'll have this mood detection system. Okay, and what will be the impact? Impact will be that whenever my employee enters from the gate, his mood will be captured, and it will send to our HRA, and then he will go to his machine or his place, and he'll say, "Bhai, kya problem hai aaj?" Great. Thank you. Yeah, one more thing I'd like to add. This website, this is what is our journey so far. With launching of this website, we want other industry to join us in this journey. I'm committed to this cause, and I want to form a community. I want to build a community who is committed for smart factory. Thank you all. Thanks for your patience. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello. Yeah. Thank you very much, Shashi sir, for your inspirational words. I think Shashi ji is on a mission to transform each and every industry into a small, into a digital industry. And I thought मंजिलें उन्हीं को मिलती है जिनके सपनों में जान होती है. यूं ही पंख होने से कुछ नहीं होता, हौसलों से उड़ान होती है. So this is about Shashi sir. And moving ahead to the guest speech, what we are waiting for, I would like to call Mr. Samit Sachdeva sir, Vice President Siemens India, Vice Chairman Marathwada Zonal Council, to guide us for a few minutes, sir. Sir, the stage is yours. Thank you.
So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure and honor to be here. what we just saw by Shashi is really truly amazing and inspiring. Yeah, I think it's a great journey, and I really felt inspired by what he has done. I'll just take a few moments and maybe transpose you into history. We had the first industrial revolution, which was powered by steam, which resulted into the mechanization of equipments. It was like 18th century. Then we had the second industrial revolution, which was essentially powered by power generation, which actually resulted into mass production. Then we had the third industrial revolution somewhere mid 20th century, which was basically electronics and computer technology driven, which resulted into automation and robotics. And what we just saw, what Shashi has done, is the Luke called as fourth industrial revolution. We have various names, Industry 4.0, Smart Factory, so on and so forth. But largely, if you see, it is based on the three tenets, which is basically the convergence of, I would say, digital and physical world. Second is basically from a centralized to a decentralized production. And essentially where the product communicates with the machine and tells machine exactly what it needs to be done. So it's like what he just said, it's a mindset. So we are all used to say, okay, we load a product and then the machine runs. But the deeper when you go into the Industry 4.0, the product tells the machine what needs to be done. It's a very, very, I would say we are very blessed and fortunate that we are witnessing this industrial revolution. It is disruptive for sure, but it is also very exciting. I was just hearing the gentleman, and I echo his sentiments that as a country, we were largely denied the first three industrial revolutions because of the British Raj and all. But we all firmly believe that this fourth industrial revolution is largely ours. The kind of technical prowess we have, the technical competence we have, the zeal to change the world what the Indians have. I think we have all the ingredients to lead this fourth industrial revolution. The important factor is, are we thinking holistically for this digital transformation? So if I just park for the moment what Shashi showed, largely if you look around, I think we are missing the link of thinking holistically. In order to make a digital transformation journey, it is important to have your digital strategy. As all the business leaders, I think we all have digital in our mind, right? Somewhere or the other, we keep on thinking digital. Yeah. But the question which we need to ask is our digital strategy, is our digital transformation strategy, are we looking at as an isolation, or it is integrated into our entire operations? I think that is where possibly what we see is the missing link. Yeah? So in order to have a very successful digital transformation, I think it is very, very imperative that the digital strategy of the company or the digital transformation objective is very, very closely linked with the entire operation. And I'm very happy to again quote Shashi what we saw in the website. The entire operations, the entire organization is actually, you can see on the dashboard, right? So it is not that HR is not touched by the digital strategy. I think that we will miss the point. Unless and until the whole organization and the whole the digital strategy is embedded into every function of the organization, possibly will not get the results. Many a times we see, and that is true for maybe a larger company or maybe a smaller company. As I said, we have digital in mind, so it is like off the cuff reaction. Okay, let's create a small unit. or a function or a department and drive digital. I think that doesn't work. Analogically, if you see, what we are doing is we are launching a speedboat to turn a large ship around. That doesn't work. I think all of you will agree. No matter how the speedboat is, it will never turn a large ship around. The successful digital transformation will happen, as I just said, when you are actually working to embed it into the DNA of the organization. Everybody, possibly we may have missed the security. Huh? So basically it starts from the security. Huh? So it is not that the security guys does the paperwork and rest is all digital. So we have to really see the entire organization is actually digital, and then possibly we have a very comprehensive digital strategy. I think that is what possibly is the need of the hour. Large companies, okay, they may have the resources and the competency to work on the digital transformation. But I firmly believe, no matter what is the size of your organization, you can start whatever you have. It is not that the turnover matters or the size of the company matters or the square foot matters or the number of machines matters. It can be started possibly with one machine, maybe 3 machines, maybe 1 location, maybe 2 locations. That's not the point. The point is thinking holistically and take the baby steps. I think we just heard again. So how we started, right? So some software didn't work, again that didn't work, then Karma 1, Karma 2. So it's like a journey. So it is not important that, okay, I launch a very big, project or a digital transformation strategy, and then we sort of scratch our head that where is the resources. Whatever we have, I think this journey can be started, because eventually, if we are thinking holistically, everything can be tied up at some point. The convergence might happen at any point in time. So the important is to start, and the start is where there is inertia, and possibly that is where we need all to overcome it. So is it possible to transform? Answer is yes. We have just seen, and I think there are many examples also possibly sitting in the audience today. Many of the industry stalwarts are here. Possibly they have all done many things. It is possible to transform. It needs the first impetus, the first push, and taking the whole organization around. I think that is possibly what is the key. Yeah. With that, I again thank Shashi, and also wish all my fellow industry colleagues for a very successful digital future. Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Thank you very much for the inspirational words, sir. And moving towards our next guest of honor, I would like to call Mr. Prasad Kokilji, Managing Director, Sanjay Technoplast Private Limited, Chairman CII Marathwada Zonal Council, to share a few words. Thanks.
Good evening. First, I will congratulate Mr. Shashi and his entire team for launching this website and making available a platform for digital community. A big round of applause for a thought that community is required to be built. And not only we do something in isolation on an island, but whatever we do, can it become a business? And if yes, can we build a community? If we are beneficiary of our own system, can we share this knowledge with our good friends and maybe some known people, or through such websites, unknown people who has a thirst of doing something in a digital? So that thought itself is innovative, and I am sure the name Shashi denotes that. Shashi means moon, and today is a friendship day. I think हम चांद को जैसे सब कुछ चांद के लिए करते हैं, वैसे चांद से सब कुछ पाने की भी अपेक्षा रखते हैं, तो शशि मीन्स चांद, एंड आई विल डेफिनेटली से कि शशि थेटे जो नाम है, दैट विल साउंड एज कॉफी विथ करण और Kapil Show, Kapil Nights. Likewise, I am very sure this digital platform will transform into Shashi Thete, a digital man. So that dream, that person is mine. I am sure there are few company owners sitting here who have done something or the other on digital era. Samit sir mentioned it. But summing up, so if you have done something, please come and tell on our platform and share with the community. And if at all you have some difficulties doing it, please come and share with us, with the community, so that you will get an answer. And we normally called Sigma. That's again a Greek word, which summation of many. And if at all such community has to be done, has to be created, it is the Sigma that must, and they have done it, and they are to their name. So Sigma Tooling, making a toolkit for digital transformation for aspiring smart factory owners. I think today's day will be registered as an important day in many industries coming forward. I have an experience similar to Mr. Shashi, that whatever software companies, I am sure there are some software company experts here, as name expert sounds it, but I am very sure the IT companies may not understand the manufacturing processes that well as the manufacturing companies understand them well. So there should be a sangam of IT information or a software knowledge and the manufacturing knowledge, and normally it is not. So IT companies acquiring a manufacturing knowledge which normally doesn't happen. They sits in a different offices domain, wanted to have the information as and when required in their formats, and manufacturing will always provide their own platforms, own processes in own systems, and that doesn't match. So a company who is manufacturing company and starting the digital transformation, my humble request, go your own way, like Sigma Tooling has done, like Milind Kangsar has done in his company, and many more. So if a manufacturing company starts doing this transformation, I think that will be a roadmap to a success. You may require to have some information, some help on software development, but today in an era of open sources, you have many such platforms or softwares available for doing so. When we say smart factory, it shall be connected. So when we say it's a digital era, and when we say that we need to have everything into our digital transformation, I think our DNA is digital. Our DNA is digital. Why I am saying so? We have a body and we have so many sensors in our body which sense, touch, feel, emotions. As rightly mentioned by moods, also we can identify, "Are ye aaj kya bolega?" So if that's a digital body that we have, how we can say that, can eyes be your cameras? Can these be your hearing aids? Touching aids? We can feel the temperatures. So our DNA is perfectly designed as a digital world or digital body. So how you can synonymously try to simulate all machines, how you can take as your machine as a body or as a being. and how you can connect with him. So for that, I'm sure Mr. Shashi will come out with some toolkit, and I wish to suggest him few parameters on these toolkits. One is the mindset. He rightly mentioned, Samit sir endorsed it, the mindset. Why that is important? Many times we don't want to change. We don't want to change is our sentence, and that becomes a problem statement. So how we can make a toolkit to change your mindset? उसको हिला देना पड़ेगा कि yes, we need to change. I am desire creation of change. So that's the first toolkit with the officer, like he mentioned. That's important that he will just go and say yaar change karna hai. So that's a mindset in the entire cross section, from security, peon, a sweeper, or WS, or a managing director. Many times where the hurdles are the senior people in the organization. Senior people wanted their influence, their decision making, and their experience to be counted and influenced in every decision that a normal operation has. But today, when we say artificial intelligence, when we say analytics, that's based on the data. And data comes as an experience. Many times our DNA says that I have that much capacity to handle the situation, but many times data driven decisions are equivalent to the experience that person will intervene or influenced. So a mindset. Number two toolkit is aspiration. If I am ready to change, I have changed my mindset, then I am sure where I want to reach, my aspirations, kahan jana hai. Third and important, where I always insist on, a curiosity. So today in schools, colleges, and industries like us, this curiosity word is a endangered species. So we never come across ये क्यों होता है. But we always say ये ऐसा ही होता है, ऐसा ही करना है, दिमाग मत चलाओ. So curiosity has to be inculcated in the people. Why this? How this? So curiosity is main item for a toolkit. Then a data acquisition. We always confuse in information and data. So we have a lot of information, but information converted into a data, data converted into a data stratification, and make arrays of data and how to handle this entire data with a logic, so that you can derive the necessary conclusions, you can run a necessary query, so that you can have an output which is desired for that problem statement. So how you can inculcate into that data and not मुझे मशीन के सब डेटा पॉइंट्स पाइप चाहिए. So to overdo is also a fear of failure, which he must have faced during Karma 1 and Karma 2. While we want to go digital, we wanted everything to be digital, and that's a problem where we actually trapped into, and there we should be very confirming, very assertive on what data points I want to build first or acquire first, and then go stage wise. Sensors and analytics is very important. So sensors for everything, though it's temperature, speed, vibration, or a cycle time. So how you can define that is a very important tool for a toolkit when you go digital. And as rightly mentioned by Shashi during his all transformation journey, we need to get irritation. The person calling for document number, the vehicle number, the driver's number, the invoice number must irritate us. If it doesn't irritate us, if it is enjoyable, अरे देखो मेरे को पूछता है, मुझे हर बार बताना पड़ता है, then you are a person who will run into a loop. That much irritates us, then you will go to solve that as a problem statement, and then you will come out with innovation solution, and then a digital platform like this will come up. So these 8 parameters can be built in a toolkit, and I am sure with this platform, building a community, I am sure these 8 tools to form a toolkit to go digital will definitely help each other to transform into a smart factory. Mood detection system. He mentioned about mood detection system. Today, nothing is personal, nothing is private. We are all connected. Whatever we see as a film today on a Facebook or any media, you will have a bundle of such films in front of you. Where you are working, where are you today, right now, where are you? Everything is accessible to the global world. In such scenario, I think mood detection is also acceptable thing, and people will accept it as a okay, this is fact. And fact finding to transform towards a digital journey is also important. So one of the parameter, and when we say it's a personal behavior and person to person behavior, these extracurricular parameters of the digital platform will certainly help the digital managers, HR managers, and CEOs of the company. One more important thing that a digital transforming aspiring companies must adopt. Are you addressing a pain point of your operator, of a staff, or any person? Are you going to reduce his work content by some automation or by some artificial intelligence, by these activities? Are you able to eliminate the 3M, Muda, Mura, Muri, anything out of it by any dimension that you wish to, 10%, 20%? Is that comfortable life that you are giving to an operator? And when I say connected, is not only machine to machine connected, but it should be person, machine, robot, and cobot. It should be a connection of all those, so that we can go, not talking industry 4.0, but we must start talking of industry 5.0. So this is a journey not only 2, 3, and 4, but it is 4, 5, and 6. So only 3 dimensions are not important today. The 4th dimension, T, is also important. In the same fashion, industry 4.0 may be subsided and people will be talking of industry 5.0, and then the thing of 4.0 will convert into 5.0. The basic question one must ask for the irritation, that if I am declaring my factory as digital factory or a smart factory, then is there any asking or searching? If the parameter says that there is no asking, no searching in the entire 8 hours job, then we should say it's a smart factory or transforming factory or a digital factory. With this, I close my words and give all the best to Shashi and his entire Sigma Tooling family, that you are doing great, and we have a lot of hope from you. Thank you very much.
What a lovely words. DNA is a digital. So our technology officer sitting in the next row may be taken a note of it. So I'll come back with something very special in years to come, sir. Definitely. Thank you very much, sir. So our next person or next dignitary, I would like to call Sukhesh Vinchurkar sir, Executive Director, Sigma Toolings India Private Limited, to guide us for a few minutes. Sukhesh sir, the stage is yours.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a golden day in the Sigma's family, and really today is a golden day for this occasion. Shashi has a industrial 4 diamond on the Sigma's crown. Let us big hands for that activity. Industrial 4.0 is not possible for the MSME and small scale industries. That sentence, that statement, he totally cut down, and he proved that yes, it is possible, and it is really possible in the Sigma. The journey starts from the day when we meet to know each other, and the friendship and return our destiny to the much more. You can see the 9 things which I observed in his individual, and I want to share with you all of the guys. First is that he is a best reformer. Then second one is he is a best individualist, then investigator, enthusiast, and helper. He is the challenger, he is the pacemaker, and the loyalist. Whatever he says, yes, the smart factory and the digital transformation is not only on the paper. You have to start it from the brain, really. And he developed that brain, he developed that activity, he changed the all brain active to that. Industrial 4 is really required to a next generation to survive the small scale and MSME industries. Because nowadays we are going through the cutthroat competition. To survive to the cutthroat competition, we have to ahead ourselves through technology, through product, through manpower, and through our team buildings. I'm living in Pune and I'm facing the so many problems which is related to we are getting it the skill manpower. We want to hire the skill manpower, but we are not getting the skill manpower, which is required for the small scale industries, whatever to required for the MSME, whatever the skill has to be required to that person, we are searching that, and we are not getting. It is not a problem of our industry, it is a problem of all industries, those who are in Bangalore, Pune, Mumbai, Delhi, and Calcutta. So how to resolve that problem? So Shashi has opened the eyes to all those companies. Yes, we can establish, we can reform, and we can enhance that activity. The reformation and the challenges that he developed it's himself first, and then he start to develop in the team. Today I am very happy. Our team is very aligned with our activities. Our team is very focused on these industries 4 activities. No doubt Shashi has visited so many countries and he spent his valuable time for that. But as you know, everybody is thinking about the production, then software problems related to the production. We have a 70,000 components and we have a 70,000 designs in our factory. In a car, there are 52,000 child parts. To gather the information of the 70,000 design and all those is a very critical. I really see this. He has spent his 4 years to develop this, gathering the information to and keep it into the organized way for the industries to the making a software and all those. This is the very good example for the small scale and medium scale industries. Because you have, if you have a vision and mission to solve the problem, then we can focus on that and we can solve our problem and we can solve our pain. So that pain he has desperately solved. He devotes maybe the 16 hours or maybe the 14 hours into that period. And really he achieves this era. In this period, he observed so many things which is we are facing, like to setting the goal, then the old mindsets, then the people who are coming along with their baggages and all those. To remove the baggages and to change their mindset with the help of the TLC teams and our TLC program, he changed that activity, and slowly that we are aligned to that activity. This information and all those which is available on the same platform is not a so easy task. When we want to gather this all information and find out something output for that, that is we want to invest onto the small boat and expecting for the big ship. This is the basic we are expecting from the software. I discuss with the SAP for this. I discuss with the ERP system, so many ERP systems to customize tooling to making the ERP. But we are miserably fail over there. And then Shashi has started to work on that, and today is the best result for this. So you are getting it all DSI, then all PMS 360. He involved into that and he beautiful software, beautiful industrial 4.0 solution he designed it. The last slides, which is very beautiful, which he has shown. मी तुम्हाला सगळ्यांना सांगू इच्छितो की मी सेल्स मध्ये 20 वर्ष असल्याने मला त्या स्लाइड वरती जरा जास्त कॉन्सन्ट्रेट करावं वाटलं. Because I thought it ki we have to open the laptop and scan the purchase officer mood face into that and then start to discussion about the whether we should start to negotiating or not. Practically this is possible, and we work together so hard every day and to achieve the accomplishment. I can't think it anyone who can deserve it. You set an amazing example for the everyone. You work towards the victory. You behave with such a humility, grace and the kindness to the others. I appreciate how to you always to share the success with the team and to develop the lovely community. You proved every day that you are an amazing leader and the most passionate people in our field. I feel it for the small scale industries and the MSME industries can visit to the shashithete.com and find out the solution for the same. Yes, wish you all the best, Shashi, and I'm always with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for inspirational words, sir. But the mood detection system is for to check the mood of internal staff member, not the bias. Otherwise, we will go into the next level of AI. But anyways, we'll come with the same as well. No issue. It's time to call our next dignitary, our chief guest, Mr. Mukund Kulkarni ji, to share his views. Mukund sir.
Good evening, everybody. Looks to be all friends in the audience. I will start my speech with thanking the God that dignitaries before me did not talk for which I was prepared for. I wanted to start with dignitaries on the dais. Sigma team, many congratulations that you are breaking the trend. Instead of focusing on people, it is good to focus on the subject. So, be it not having dais, be it having culture inculcation officer, are great steps, and we have a lot to learn from it. At the outset, my congratulations to you, Shashi. Congratulations to Insurkarji, to Sigma Tooling family, and to family members. Because why this should be congratulations to you as well as thankful to you for the reason that you are making it public. Congratulations for two reasons. The first reason is we in small, medium manufacturing companies do not take such initiatives. And if we take the initiatives, we don't tell others. Reason could be anything. That is one for which you should be, your team should be congratulated. And why we should be thankful that when we have some examples around us, then there is a good chance to replicate it. So as a society representative, I am thankful to you. I was going through your presentation very carefully and thoroughly impressed. High regards to your organization that you have joint venture, you have R&D, you are exporting to 20 plus countries, really creditable. And see, in one of the interviews, I think doctor from Bangalore, if I'm right, I missed his surname. He said, from Aurangabad, you did it being in Aurangabad. See, there are expectations based on size of the city. And trust me, these are very good marketing opportunities for us that yes, being in Aurangabad, we can do this. And I do it many times. Yeah, you don't know my city, I know, but still from that city we can do it, and that becomes an edge because USP we need to find. So we should catch on such points, and credit goes to you. I think name Sigma Tooling is quite important, quite significant, and quite meaningful. Prasad talked about one meaning of Sigma. I am basically from quality assurance, so I have another meaning of Sigma, I think, which is very relevant today. It is an indicator of variation. It is an indicator of spread. But it is not for measurement of spread. It is for improvement. It is to bring the consistency. So we measure Sigma not because we want to tell how bad it is or how varying it is. We tell that I am measuring Sigma because I want to reduce the variation. I want to bring the consistency. So highly appreciate your name and the work which you are carrying. Your team is carrying for that. So I appreciate that. In this connection, you talked a very nice point that you talked about some customer. He told you, "Kya hamari baat nahi ho pa rahi hai." मतलब प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, and you were very happy. And that is how you solve the problem. And I tell you, now you have time available for positive connect with the customer. And Samit ji, without your permission, let me quote the interaction we had in the past. I have not taken your permission, but quoting your example. See, during COVID period, I was chairman of CII. Bad time to be chairman, good time to learn. And trust me, one person during my entire tenure contacted me every after 40, 45 days. And that was Samit sir. Invariably, I used to get his call. Telling, बस कैसे चल रहा है? अच्छा चल रहा है. कोई ये ठीक चल रहा है, वो ठीक चल रहा है. सर कुछ काम था? नहीं, कुछ काम नहीं था. Why I am giving this example, I will tell you. Normally, our interaction happens when there are challenges. But if we save that time and if we use that time for positive connect, then मेरे से कॉल जाते थे कि समीर सर ये प्रॉब्लम आने वाले, be careful. So then it happens in a reverse way. So what is important is if you are structured, if you do connect at the time when there is no problem, then it is a positive connect. It builds something. And normally when there is a problem, we are in a reactive mode, and then at the most it addresses the problem. So my request to team that whatever time you have saved, use it for positive connect, not to avoid the customer. यार बात चली, अब जाने दो, क्यों बात करते हो, तकलीफ ही रहती है. कोई भी customer तकलीफ ही देता है. So that is there with due respect to the customer. Check भी देता है वो, और क्या. I appreciate your 360 degree. I will prefer it to be more than it's a 3-dimensional than 360 degree, because theoretically 360 degree has one plane. So I will prefer to call it as 3D. You have covered order, you have covered performance, you have covered CAD, very integrated approach, and with small operation, with small resources, with given level of maturity of the people when we start the operation. That is really creditable. And what is really creditable is your courage that you want to tell society, you want to tell industrial fraternity, these are my experiences available for you if you want to make use of it and make it. And while talking on your company, my final point on your company is my best wishes to you for development of mood identification. With a small caution, do have lie detector into it. So it will help because we are a smart community. So I have lie detector. Coming to the core subject, that I think it was 95, 96. I learned a very nice statement. It was made by Chairman Asian Brown Breweries, ABB. And the statement was, unmeasured invariably deteriorates. Very important statement. Unmeasured invariably deteriorates. Second statement was more important. He took a pause. I was listening to his interview, then he took a pause. And the second statement was, measurement does not mean it automatically improves. So measurement will tell that what is wrong, but we need to do something to correct it because it will not get corrected automatically. So that aspect is really important. So it is measurement as well as correction. Both aspects are required. Last year, I was co-chair for National Technology Task Force of CII. This year, I am chair for National Task Force. I will tell you the bitter experience which Task Force has got. No regrets about it. Things will change accordingly. 1,000 people attend awareness program on IoT because CII has a program called Tech Section. So 1,000 people will attend program on Industry 4.0, AI, whatever terminology you want to use, please use it. 100 people will inquire about it. They will say something, some more, and some discussions here and there will happen, and 4 people will work on it. And that's the status. And personally, I feel this is a challenging status. Why I am telling you this is challenging status? Industry not implementing smart, industry not going for a digital, industry not going for industry 4.0. There are obvious reasons for it. We want explicit analysis on exit poll. And we spend 2 hours, 3 hours in front of TV. Everybody, friends together, then lot of chats and lot of WhatsApp messages and lot of statistics. The grandma today tells grandson, "अरे बघ ना online available आहे का? घेणं मागून माझ्यासाठी." So grandma says that it is available online and why it should not be procured. और दूध वाले के साथ झगड़ा होता है तो हम हाउसवाइफ को बोलते हैं कॅलेंडर वर का नाही टिक केलं. टिक करायचं कॅलेंडर, स्वयंपाकघरातच आहे, तुझ्याच समोर आहे, मग का नाही टिक केलं, कशाला वाद घालत बसली त्याच्याबरोबर अर्ध्या लिटरसाठी. So we want all these 3 things at home. But we don't want to follow the trend in my company. I don't want to do the analysis. I don't want to be online for my operations. And I don't want to do tick mark of problems which I do in my company. Probably this is fallacy if I call myself as an industrialist, if I call myself as an entrepreneur. And that is why I feel it is time that we need to change the gear and we move towards that. I was analyzing myself. To go digital, to go online, what are my problems? And what I realized that I have 2 problems in myself. I have fear. I have fear of what? That this data will reflect true things. And I have fear of that truth. I don't know from where you develop courage of that component getting rejected 2 o'clock at night. And then the schedule is changing and you are communicating to customer that order is getting delayed by 2 days. I don't know from where you got courage. I don't have that courage. मेरे को तो लास्ट दिन तक रुकना है, कस्टमर को फोन करना है, सर वो सब तैयार था लेकिन अब ये हो गया, अब 2 दिन लगने वाला है. I don't want to be proactive because I have fear. That is one thing I realized, and that is why I don't want to be online. Sir, don't worry. As soon as box is ready, I will call you. I will call you personally. So I want me to be in picture. That is another reason. I want by ad hoc decision making. मेरा 37 साल का experience बोल रहा है तू कर दे ऐसा. But data will tell something and my 37 years experience will tell something. So that is probably my fear. And last, my fear is whether I am in a position to follow that discipline and will I be in a position to force my team to follow the discipline. I think these 3 are primary reasons why I don't want to be online, why I don't want to follow digital. That is what I could realize. And I am talking about myself. I am sorry, I am not talking about anybody. I am talking that I am an ordinary guy and that is the problem I have faced. Please check. You may be having 1 or 2 out of it. I have many. I was talking to a startup guy. A very, very interesting point. A startup from Hyderabad. Name of the startup is FIR. Fire. I was asking him, what is this FIR? He said, 5th Industrial Revolution. I said, what is your product about? He said, my product is blockchain. I said, what is that? He said, see, you analyze everything and Milind taught me everything is transaction. So that is pakka in my mind. So he said, what? There are only 2 nodes. One is giver, second is receiver. And what goes is a transaction. It has certain metadata, either a service or a product. And that's all. You link all nodes and that is building the blocks and that is blockchain. So everybody will say, I am transacting with whom and what I am transacting and it will get mapped and that is the 5th revolution and that is my product. I am developing a very sound product of blockchain. So see how things are changing and how people are looking at 28 years boy and that is how he is thinking and that is how he was telling me which harder way Milind and me have learned business is a transaction and then transaction has to be managed. A good point told by Harsh Jaju. I'm a strong admirer of him. AI versus AI, authentic intelligence versus the artificial intelligence. I think that authentic intelligence is required along with artificial intelligence, which will detect pain area and gain area. As Prasad was telling, we are data freak people. We can monitor everything. I was going through, Prashant forwarded some article to me telling that analyze that the sale of lipsticks in USA decides whether there will be recession or no recession in USA. That was the article, Times of India article. So we are data freak people. So we can analyze anything. So, but point is that we need to identify, as Prasad was telling, is that data set related to my pain area? Is that data set related to my gain area? If it is related with my pain area or gain area, I will address upon it. And for that purpose, authentic intelligence is required. Leader may know digital, may not know digital, but if he knows this is my pain, work on it. This is my gain, work on it. There are so many smart people who will take care of it. And precisely here, I will quote my few experiences, and mainly failure and successes which I have seen in my 37 years career. See, there are three things which makes things successful. First thing is God. God makes things successful. If he decides to make things successful, we should not worry. Then it will happen. Then second, the charismatic leadership makes things successful. And third, system makes things successful. So when I was thinking about myself, I said, God will decide when he wants to decide. I have no control on him. Second thing, I know that I am not a charismatic leader. So only one thing remained with me, and that is system. And I started following throughout my life. Probably for in first 2 years of my service, I realized that system is area for me, and I can survive based on that, and I followed that. And I think I will share number of times whenever I succeed, these are the steps which I follow are correct. And whenever I failed, then I could not follow these steps correctly. Let us see what are those. And why, from where I have picked up, you have karma 1, you have karma 2. Vinsurkarji said that कि वो ERP successful नहीं हुआ. तो tool successful होता था तो पूरी दुनिया सिर्फ tool ही implement करती थी. There should not have been any leader in the organization and no need of doers in the organization. So first is, when we want to work on, there are 5-6 steps. One is make a framework. Whatever you want to do, make a framework. Assess that framework whether it is going correct. Then correct that framework. So first, see that your framework is correct and not the data point. I underline. First, framework is correct and not the data point. Number 2, populate data into the framework. See that it gets populated. And then see that it gets populated completely. And then see that the populated data is correct. So it is 6 steps to verify whether data is coming correct or not. On day 1, if you look at whether your data is correct or not, there is only one thing which you will get, that is frustration. So first you will have to see that data flow has started correctly, and then correct data is to be analyzed, and then improvement action to be taken. And if you try to speed up the process based on your charisma, if God is with you, you will be successful. If God is not with you, you will not be successful. So you will have to follow that. And what happens in this process is the people. My team has a fear first. So they are worried about. Then they have avoidance. They avoid things. Then they resist. Once they are aware, they resist. For whatever the reasons may be. And then they are convinced. And then they support. And then they own the system. And then they enjoy the system. If you are smart, this thing will happen fast. If you are not smart, this will take time. If it is normal decision, this will happen fast. If it is a breakthrough decision, this will give you a lot of pain. And I don't think so. There is any substitute for this. That is what my learning says. Whether successful, these steps are correct. If not successful, these steps are not correct. Finally, what I feel your case today is like a town in Haryana one day got a boxer and one day got a wrestler. And the region is producing boxers and wrestlers. We have very good opportunity to produce Industry 4.0 companies in Aurangabad. I think this is a time to form Industry 4.0 cluster over here. We have person like you, company like yours. We have person like Milind, who has fought tooth and nail inside his organization. We have person like Prasad, who has done it for his company and who has developed product. So that kind of experience is available. So whether we take their experience or not, but when Bhiwani town capitalized the process of grooming boxer and wrestler, they started producing Olympians. So it's a good success story that we have seen in India. There is a good opportunity to repeat that success story over here. Thank you very much for inviting. My many best wishes to you and many congratulations and appreciation to your team that makes you courageous. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for inspirational words. गिरते हजारों नदियां समुंदर में लेकिन किसी समुंदर की नदी के पास नहीं जाता. That's more suited on you. Thank you very much once again. Now moving towards the conclusion of this program, I would like to call our Honorable MD Shashi Thete ji on stage to dignify the dignitaries. Now I would like to call Chief Guest Mukund Kulkarni ji to come up on stage and do that. Mukund Kulkarni. Hello. Mukund Kulkarni, sir, Expert Global Solution, Chairman National Technology Task Force. Thank you very much, sir. Now I would like to call Mr. Samit Sachdeva ji, Vice President Siemens India, Vice Chairman Marathwada Zonal Council, to come up on stage. So Samit Sachdeva ji, Vice President Siemens India, Vice Chairman Marathwada Zonal Council. Thank you, Samit sir. Our next guest of honor is Mr. Prasad Kothil ji, Managing Director Sanjay Technoplast Private Limited, Chairman CII Marathwada Zonal Council. Thank you very much, sir. Being here. Thank you very much, sir. Now I would like to call our Executive Director, Mr. Sukesh Minchurkar, sir, to come up on the stage. Sukesh Minchurkar, sir. Sukesh Minchurkar, sir, Executive Director, Sigma Toolings India Private. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, it's time to conclude the program. I would like to call Ramashankar Dwivedi ji to do the vote of thanks. Ramashankar Dwivedi ji, the stage is yours. Thank you.
आज के कार्यक्रम में उपस्थित सभी सम्मानित अतिथियों एवं मेरे सहयोगियों का बहुत बहुत स्वागत है और मेरा नमस्कार। मैं इस कार्यक्रम में धन्यवाद प्रस्ताव देने के लिए अवसर पाकर बहुत ही सौभाग्यशाली हूँ। यह कार्यक्रम विशेष रूप से shashithete.com के शुभारंभ की सार्वजनिक घोषणा के रूप में आयोजित किया गया है। अब यह कार्यक्रम समाप्ति की ओर अग्रसर है, तो मैं यहाँ से धन्यवाद प्रस्ताव प्रस्तुत कर रहा हूँ। सर्वप्रथम कार्यक्रम के मुख्य अतिथि श्री मुकुंद कुलकर्णी जी, जिनकी उपस्थिति से ये मंच और पूरा परिसर गौरवान्वित हुआ है, उनको सिग्मा परिवार की तरफ से मैं बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ। कार्यक्रम के हमारे विशिष्ट अतिथि श्री समित सचदेव जी को सादर धन्यवाद करता हूँ, जिन्होंने अपने शब्दों से हमें मार्गदर्शित किया। मैं कार्यक्रम के विशिष्ट अतिथि श्री प्रसाद पोखरिड सर का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूँ। उनकी उपस्थिति हमारे लिए ऊर्जा का स्रोत है। हर्षवर्धन जाजू सर आ नहीं पाए, लेकिन उन्होंने अपने वीडियो क्लिप भेजी, उसके लिए हम उनका आभार व्यक्त करते हैं। मैं सिग्मा परिवार की तरफ से हमारे एग्जीक्यूटिव डायरेक्टर श्री सुकेश वेंचुरकर सर का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद व्यक्त करता हूं। उन्होंने अपना बहुमूल्य समय हमें प्रदान कर अनुग्रहित किया। मैं सिग्मा परिवार की तरफ से हमारे मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर श्री शशिकांत थेटे सर का बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूं, जिन्होंने ऐसे प्रतिभा संपन्न अतिथियों को आमंत्रित कर हमें यह अवसर प्रदान किया कि हम उनके विचार सुन पाए। मंच के सामने उपस्थित सभी सम्मानित अतिथियों का मनपूर्वक धन्यवाद करता हूं, जिन्होंने अपना अमूल्य समय हमें प्रदान किया। मैं युक्ति मीडिया टीम पुणे से उपस्थित श्री प्रणव दीक्षित जी का भी आभारी हूं, आभार व्यक्त करता हूं, जिन्होंने ये कार्यक्रम सफल बनाने में योगदान दिया। मैं मशीन मेकर टीम बेंगलोर को आभार व्यक्त करता हूं, जिन्होंने यह कार्यक्रम यूट्यूब, लिंक्डइन, फेसबुक पर प्रक्षेपित किया। आगे मैं अपनी सिग्मा परिवार के सभी सदस्यों का आभार व्यक्त करता हूं, जिन्होंने ये कार्यक्रम सफल बनाने में योगदान दिया। आप सभी को पुनः एक बार बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, आपका आभार। आप सभी से निवेदन है कि भोजन अवश्य करके जाएं। भोजन की व्यवस्था नीचे हॉल में की गई। धन्यवाद।
Thank you very much, sir, for so much of English. Okay, it's time to conclude this program. I would like to announce one of the publication of e-book, The Story of Transformation of a Traditional Factory into a Smart Factory. So let's write us on corporate@sigmatoolings.com so to get a copy of our e-book, our journey towards converting a traditional factory into a smart factory. Once again, I would like to thank each and every one present over here, friends, family, and relatives of Shashi Sir to attend this event. Please join us on LinkedIn for timely updates regarding smart factory innovation. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
I know that idea has come from her.